6.
Tonight, we begin with a warning from Fayette County Sheriff's deputies as a manhunt is underway to find these two escaped inmates. These two at large after digging their way out of the jail last night. RTV6's Liz Adiola in Fayette County tonight with that intense search. Liz, thank you. And deputies say anyone who comes in contact with Heath or Roberts, do not approach them. Call 911 immediately. At this hour, we're inching closer to your Sunday celebrations for Father's Day. We want to make sure your plans won't be fouled by any rain or wind. So let's check in with Storm Team 6 meteorologist Kyle Mounts for a look at that forecast. Kyle, thank you. Investigators are questioning the man responsible for this crash earlier today, trying to figure out if he attempted to run from police. Witnesses tell us a red truck was headed west on 16th Street when it suddenly started swerving around. Somehow, it then hit that van, and as a result, the van hit two cars in a nearby gas station. Thankfully, no one was seriously hurt.
Ran up on the sidewalk, was headed this way, then it swerved back into the street, hit the other car on the same side, knocked it over into the gas station.
It slid over to the gas station. It was like a loud boom, and the tire came off. It was crazy.
Officers now working to determine if that truck driver was drunk, experiencing a medical episode, or trying to flee from police. At least one person had to be rescued after this crash on the city's north side tonight. This all happening near 71st Street and Meridian Hills. The crash involving two cars. Several people were taken to local hospitals to be treated, but an official on the scene says none of the injuries are life-threatening. No word yet on what caused that crash. And as the devastation from the deadliest mass shooting in our nation's history still settles in, loved ones of the 49 victims, they are now preparing to say their final farewells. Steve Nance reports for us. And tonight at Camping World Stadium in Orlando, the soccer team there honoring the victims. One section of the stadium filled with 49 balloons, one for each of the victims killed in the attack. The players also came out to the Beatles song, All You Need Is Love, wearing the purple #OrlandoUnited t-shirts. And tomorrow, you are invited to send your love to Orlando as well. The Indy Pride and the Indianapolis Museum of Art holding a community picnic and creative arts healing celebration. From 2 to 4 p.m., you can sit around the iconic love sculpture at the IMA and then write postcards of love and support to those affected by this tragedy. The event is free and everyone is welcome to attend. It is called Strength in Our Streets, and that is literally what can be seen happening right here. Some of the fittest and strongest athletes in central Indiana competing in the streets of Indy today for a CrossFit competition. 300 athletes from 24 CrossFit gyms all working out and together to raise money to strengthen those on the streets, our city's homeless.
About 10 years ago, I found myself in a situation that I couldn't get myself out of, and there was someone there to help, and that was Wheeler Mission, and they gave me a chance when I'd pretty much run out of chances, and a very pivotal and transformative time in my life.
More than $80,000 has already been raised from today's competition.
The news at 11 continues on RTV6.
3 people are now charged in a bizarre case out of Pennsylvania. Police say this couple gave their 14-year-old daughter to a man as a gift back in 2012. That man immediately got the girl pregnant and now has 2 children with her. He's now charged with several counts, including sexual assault. Now, as for the mother and father, they told investigators they believe they did nothing wrong by giving the girl to the man. They say it was their way of repaying him for helping them to save the farm. Police in Florida are on the hunt for a burglar who they say must have some good luck on his side. His loot, a stash of scratch-off lottery tickets. But that's not the crazy part about this story. Turns out, days after the man was captured on camera stealing the tickets, he returns them to then cash them in. As ill-planned as this break-in seems, so far, he has gotten away with that. The push to rename the airport in Louisville, Kentucky for Muhammad Ali is picking up some steam on the internet. Robert Holmes III is hoping to get enough signatures on this Change.org petition to change the Louisville International Airport name to Muhammad Ali International. The petition already has more than 1,300 signatures. Holmes realizes his goal is not an easy one, but he says he hopes he can find a way to honor someone who did so much for the world.
You think about an airport, and Muhammad Ali was a connector of people. And what do airports do? They connect people.
The airport is currently going through a major renovation project, so Holmes thinks now is the perfect time for a name change. However, even if he gets enough signatures, the final decision will rest with the Airport Authority Board. Do you want to lower your risk of developing type 2 diabetes? Well, new research suggests you don't have to radically alter your diet. An analysis of 3 studies suggests swapping out 1 or 2 servings of meat and dairy a day with 1 or 2 servings of vegetables. That'll do it. The risk dropped by 34% for people who ate things like whole grains, fruits, nuts, and vegetables. When participants ate less meat and dairy and unhealthy plant foods like refined carbs and sugary foods, their risk actually went up slightly. By now, you've probably seen the previews for the movie Finding Dory, the sequel to Finding Nemo that is now making a splash at the theaters. Well, there's a new warning out. Some experts now worried the film's success could have an effect on Dory's fish, the blue tang fish. They say the first movie resulted in a lot of sales of clownfish. At the same time, clownfish were not being bred in captivity, so they were being pulled out of the ocean at an alarming rate. Experts say this could lead to the extinction of the fish. And now they're worried the blue tang could be in the same boat since they too are not bred in captivity. Bottom line, experts say blue tang fish are not well suited for home aquarium life, so it is best to just let them live in the ocean. Happening now in California, firefighters now have a brush fire almost halfway under control. Aircrafts are dumping water and crews are trying to cut fire breaks to stop the flames ahead of those strong winds that are forecasted to be coming tonight. No homes have burned, but 270 homes and ranches remain at risk. Campgrounds and canyons have also been evacuated. And here's something you don't want to see on a hot summer day: an ice cream truck on fire. This video coming to us from our Scripps station in Phoenix. As you can see, the flames from the truck and the ice cream it did not stand a chance. We're told one person was taken to the hospital to be treated for burns. No word on that person's condition there. That is a massive fire.
Yeah, that's wow. Glad to hear they're okay. And 83 still good for some ice cream any day.
And it's summer, so I'm so glad you mentioned it, because you should just add that sunscreen to your daily routine at this point.
Pretty much, yeah. Every day, anytime we get a little bit of that sunshine, you're going to need it.
Yeah, hopefully these guys were wearing it today. The weather's so great, it was a perfect reason to get out for a run, and why not make it bright and colorful at the same time? The Color Run making its way through the White River State Park today. The 5K bringing out hundreds of locals dancing, jogging, running while tossing those colorful powders on each other. Some of them, I'm told, were fragranced as well, so that must have been fun as you're running and you're having all these different smells and colors coming at you.
Absolutely. They had a lot of fun out there.
A dog and a bone, a natural pairing. But what about a dog and a drone? A Michigan man found out the hard way the two don't mix. Here's the video. The man is taking his dog to the park for a walk, and instead of throwing a stick like a normal person, he decides to have her chase his drone. At first, the dog cannot seem to get a hold of that flying machine, but then you saw it right there. On the second try, she latches on, brings that baby down. The man says the drone escaped relatively undamaged, but the GoPro on top, not so lucky. And you know what? It is not her fault, because he should know better.
He put it out there.
No, those aren't cheap.
I don't understand why he did that. No. I mean, I guess for the video, but...
and that's the only video we got out of it, too.
That's true.